Ooh, hard. Tough shot. How was you lot's day been? I'm saying, bro, like, just chat to me. Oh my god, bro, just say something. Whatever, man. But yeah, this is Stable Ronaldo's video on We Left Faze.
Obviously, this isn't a joke. I know y'all see Silky is not here right now. He's in New York celebrating with his family for Christmas, which is understandable. He couldn't be here for this, but he's here on the thing. A week ago, we all stopped streaming during the last day of our marathon that we were doing. We didn't really, like, I know a lot of people thought, oh, we're trying to make this a joke or whatever. That's never been the thing. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. We have decided as a group that obviously it was in our best intention to leave Faze Clan. So all the speculations that like, oh, this is like an announcement, or this is something that we've planned, this was not planned, and this was just some things that we came to terms and yeah, we are leaving Faze Clan.
Yeah, I mean,
you man, your favorite group, bro. You better join up so you can react to your favorite group. You get me? Wherever you are.
Ron said is true. The main thing I wanted to let y'all know is because seeing everyone leave online like one by one, obviously it looks crazy, and you guys don't know a lot of what is happening behind the scenes. But what I can say, what I will add to that is that nothing is going to change from the viewer's perspective, from the chat's perspective, with our dynamic. Like, we are all still rocking with each other. We're all staying together. Cool. Me, Ron, Lacey, Jason, Silky, Kason, Rage. Like, we're all still doing our thing collectively and working on our own thing moving forward, and still going to be a part of each other's content. It's not like everyone's going in over here and doing their solo thing, over here and doing their solo thing. We're all still doing what exactly we were doing before, just not underneath those 4 letters anymore.
A moment of silence for Faze Clan. Damn. I lost that about like 2 years. What's history though? It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Which it hurts. It hurts me. I think a little bit more than everyone else, but I feel like it had to be done. It was too much of back and forth and too much stress over the months. A lot of things you guys don't know about, and I do think that this will be for the better. And that's really what it is. Yeah, that's really all I have to say on the matter. That you guys, from the viewer's perspective, nothing's gonna change. You guys are all gonna still see us together every day, doing what we do, having fun, laughing, making content.
I think one of the main things to add on to that is like one of the biggest things that we wanted to make sure, adding on to Adapt, it's kind of the same thing, but it's like our main intention is to make content, to hang with each other and just produce content.
To entertain.
Literally just to entertain, and that's what we plan on doing moving forward. And the name that we had, obviously, is just not what we're going to be under, but nothing's changing. Like, I know a lot of people made a lot of speculations. Okay, are they going to split? They all going to go on our solo, whatever it might be. Are they going to make another group? We don't have any plans on anything right now besides just staying together and just making content.
Yeah. We don't know what the future holds, and honestly, you can't really expect us to. I mean, it's been a super emotional last week for all of us.
Bro, bro,
what we do?
Like, we just want to know why you guys left. I know Black Boy Max went live and they explained it, but yeah, I need to react to that as well. In case we talk about why, even though that's the title. Hopefully they do. But don't worry, we'll see everything.
You know, like they said, is we're going to be sticking together, making content, having fun every single day. And you guys can be a part of whatever we decide to build from here, from the start.
Yeah, and I think these past couple months, I can speak for myself and say we haven't been putting 100% into our content.
I'm not reacting to a reaction, bro. Are you okay?
Due to all the stuff happening behind the scenes, but moving forward and into the future, I can confidently say that 2026 is gonna be our best year because we can focus on purely entertaining,
Yeah.
being the best version of our really entertaining. 2026.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the main thing right now, to be honest. Is everything good?
Who else is in the chat? Say what
That's
goes.
good.
Chat to me.
Yeah.
I know you people expected us to come on here and the whole internet's filled with drama and hate right now, and we're not going to feed into that or give any attention to it. We just want to move forward as a unit and keep it pushing and just stick together. This whole thing we're not going to let it tear us apart. This thing has made us stronger. We've sat here for hours just hanging out, talking, chilling. It's
More than
it's
hours.
strengthened
It's
our
honestly made
friendships
us better
Yeah, it
as a
really
group.
has. It truly has.
For days, months, like before the Minecraft marathon, before the subathon, we were dealing with this exact shit, and it was kind of building up and building up and building up. And recently, I guess you could say it was the straw that broke the camel's back, where we were all like, all right,
You could do it on YouTube and
it's time.
I think nowadays it's even more of a Twitch thing. And like I do it on YouTube anyways. And then the content on Twitch is gonna make its way eventually on my live channel.
And it sucks. Yeah, it sucks for me.
What are you
I
saying though? How was your day?
grew up a huge Faze fan, loving Faze, got to be a part of Faze, every era of it, woo, 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 whatever. And I mean, at least I could say that I tried, that we all tried, and that we all did pretty well. We won Org of the Year back-to-back years, ending on a back-to-back Org of the Year, and now
Now you're split.
we can move on together and do our own thing, where we feel like we can make the decisions we want to make and move how we want to move without any repercussions or
And
anything
it's
like
ours.
that.
It's ours.
And it's ours.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll only motivate me and all of us to
100%.
be
For
the
sure.
best.
100%.
I think
We're
just-
excited, man. We're really excited. That's
Ready.
what we can say.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys all for being
Had a good
patient
day.
with us. I
Yeah,
know
man. Happy to be alive, man. God is good. It's all that matters. But bro, don't worry, I'm not just gonna be reacting.
Banning anyone.
we never
Play Among Us later or demand them. See how it goes.
abruptly stopped Faze
Yeah, none of it. We didn't
with no updates.
Probably
We
more.
didn't want to make it seem like we're abandoning anyone.
We didn't want to make it seem like we're abandoning anyone, and no one was like over farming or anything like that. We were having like real conversations about the future of each and every one of our careers together, individually.
Yeah.
Faze. A lot of this was really heavy. We were up to like 3, 4 a.m. some nights after being up all day trying to figure this out, and
We just wanted to make it work, and this was the solution, to be honest.
And yeah, because
Why?
like I said, I feel like I said
Bro.
this multiple times throughout different speeches and
Nah,
on my
not
streams.
really.
What
I'm
made
not in
Faze
the team.
always Faze was the people who were inside of it, and that was us. We were the people who were inside of Faze, and that's what Faze was. It was us, and we are leaving, and we're gonna
Yo, why is the chat spamming Silky speaking fast?
still be able to do what we want to
Bro,
do,
don't
regardless.
think nothing
That
serious.
was my number one thing. As long as we can all leave and collectively still be in each
Nah,
other's
so-
lives, in each other's content, be a
Way
part
heavy
of
Living
All
together.
of them.
living together, all that,
Especially
and
Silky,
we're
yeah.
good, and the viewers will be good, the chat will be good, and nothing's gonna change.
It
It's
looks
just
sick.
Yeah.
that simple fact.
Like,
And like,
like he's got a cold. or
cut,
something.
not to like end it, but maybe end it. To like anyone who obviously supported all of us,
Thank you, guys.
even when Max was a part of it, and we were their Miami house with them, with the 3712 Broad Lawn house. All the jokes, all the clips, like all the memes, and like all the support for the last 2 years. Yeah, 2 years almost.
Football is just occasional. man.
It's been crazy.
It's been insane, and
Splitting up, disbanding. Did
it's,
you know?
I don't think it's ever been done with like a streaming group. Like
Nah, I think we can always say Faze
Back of the back.
changed our lives.
that's what I'm saying.
100%.
Face changed our lives. Back to back org. Like
And then I'm gonna react to Kaisala and Gigi breaking up. I just wanna know facts, bro. You get me?
it's just it's incredible what we accomplished in not even 2 years, and yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
appreciate
the 2
anyone who
years.
supports the
You
past
can hear
and
me, yeah?
supports our future.
And as well to
Nothing
Faze, we're
is
very
real.
thankful and grateful for the opportunities that we were given, all the things, the content we were able to make, just putting us in the same room together and introducing us. You know, it created like lifelong friendships. So
Facts.
But that's kind of it. I think
That's really it. Yeah.
a couple of us might go to our desktop and explain more.
Yeah, I might go sit up in my desktop, talk for like maybe 10, 15, and then end. But yeah, that was really it, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Come. The best is yet to come, y'all.
very true.
What about now? What about now?
Yeah, a couple of us will go back, and that's kind of it. Thank you, guys. I'll be honest with you guys. I will be honest. I'm pretty nervous right now. For anyone thinking that I'm going to be reading off what I got sent to me, I completely wrote all these bullet points down that I want to talk about. I wrote down a good amount of stuff. It'll probably be around like 10 to 15 minutes.
What about now, bro?
This is not a PR person. This is not a lawyer. This is not nothing. I wrote this
You
down
know what?
from the bottom of my heart because, I'll explain everything. There is a lot I want to preference that I can't explain.
Follow up. If you're new, follow.
It's a real moment. Jesus. There is some stuff that I can't talk about, obviously.
This guy's always
this is
smiling,
stuff
bro.
from the heart, and I want to go down these bullet points. First and foremost,
Curve that hairline.
I want to talk about me. I've seen a lot of speculation that Lays is fired. He's not. I want to get that out of the way. Just straight up. I don't know where that came from. That's the first thing. But besides that, let's get into the Faze.
Nah, it's not that bad. The chat is not that delayed.
I've been a fan.
It's kind of on point.
Since I was 12 years old. I looked up to Adapt. I looked up to Rain. I looked up to everyone in here. I looked up to so many people, and I'm sure there's a lot of viewers in here who might have done the same. Maybe not looked up, but always wanted to join Faze. Maybe. Not everyone, but me personally, this has always been a dream of mine. When I joined Faze, it was such a cool moment for me because I remember back when I was 13 on Black Ops 2 or whatever, I got in lobbies with Faze Rain, and I started crying because I was like, oh my god, I'm in a lobby with a Faze member. I have it recorded actually on my mom's phone. She has it somewhere.
Oh, is it?
And it's a surreal moment
Damn,
to be
why
able
is it
to be a
delayed?
part of Faze. I was also a part of Faze when it was not as popular.
That's just how it is.
And there was a lot of things that never got fulfilled, and I sacrificed a lot because I just wanted Faze to win. I always wanted Faze to win. That was my biggest goal. Was I just wanted Faze to win. And I think that's very easy to see with a lot of stuff that I portrayed, such as being always on time for video shoots, being on time for stuff, whatever it might be. It sounds cliche and it sounds corny, but I have a lot of ways to prove it. I never even cared about the money from Faze.
I'm a reaction type of guy.
I'm a reaction type of guy. And I wanted to represent it for my whole life. In fact, there was a clip that surfaced a couple months ago. Stop saying cap. I make my money from streaming thanks to you guys. Shut up. There was a clip surfacing a couple months ago saying, me personally, when I said I would never ever leave Faze a day in my life, no matter what happens. I didn't want to leave Faze, but I had to make a real decision. But I never wanted to leave. That is the truth. I never wanted to leave.
Yo, this guy is the number one hater, bro. I'm never gonna say your name. You don't deserve attention, pussy. Yo, hop, yo. You man trying to hop on Among Us?
She was crying a little bit.
I'm gonna do that after this.
It was always a goal of mine to be a part of like this group. It's all I knew growing up.
Bro, you know who you are, bro.
I watched gamers. As y'all know, I have a lot of internet culture in my brain.
Trying to hop on Among Us.
I've always loved the internet. I've always loved everything about the internet, and it makes me sad that I had to do this. There's been so many streams canceled or feelings I couldn't say publicly because of stress on
Oh,
myself.
shut up. Among
It got so bad to the point where
Lawrence gonna hop on.
I started going to therapy, which is the first time I'm ever speaking up about this. Just on like mental stuff. I've had a really bad mental, not believing in myself, etc. It's been kind of miserable, but obviously the joke on the internet, you're a millionaire, shut up. there's nothing on that side. It's like I don't believe in myself in a lot of ways.
That's probably why bro
I think
didn't
it's due
open up,
to
especially
a
after
lot of
Kai's and
things.
that's
I just want to be honest with you
tweet
guys.
and that.
But I feel like being a good person got me ran over a lot in certain ways, and it's not going to change who I am though. I'm always going to be a good person, and I'm always going to try to be real as I can be. And I always wanted this group to win more than myself, and that is the truth. Stuff claimed on my name by individuals online, I've already admitted
Bro.
and joked about for months. I'm not going to say names, but there's been speculation that I've done things, stuff that I've made.
Naz, you trying to hop on?
And joked about. I think it's very obvious. And yeah, and now I want to get into individuals. Blackboy Max.
Oh yeah.
When Max left Faze, it was I gotta be able to say
What do you mean
names
always, bro?
properly here.
Bro, flipping hell, man. Is it better?
Obviously, for Max.
Is it better?
When Max left Faze, obviously I was sad. I was super sad. I was in the room with him and Jason. By the way, this is stuff that I talked to before I started this. I already talked to Max. He's completely fine with me talking about this. When Max left Faze, it was me and Jason, and I was super sad because
But like,
I didn't understand why until time goes by.
is there a good balance?
I've seen a lot of speculation that said that we weren't friends, or that we started arguing. I want to cut that down right now and
So
say
it's good,
everyone
yeah?
argues.
It's good.
Everyone goes through moments, but one thing is that we figured out stuff internally. Y'all might have not seen things externally, but we fix things internally because no one needs to know besides us. I've been friends with Max since New Jersey. I was the one who went to his concert. I was there when he had, this is still a lot of viewers, but I was there when he did his
What
first
does that even mean,
Christmas
bro?
stuff, when he had 2,000 viewers, putting a phone in a microwave. I was there for a lot of moments with Max, and he was there for a lot of moments with me.
What does that
There was a
even mean,
moment,
bro?
and I made sure I could talk about this because I didn't want to just like blow his
Bro,
like,
so no Among Us
you know,
tonight. Ugh.
stuff, but there was a moment where I visited him in the hospital when he was in the hospital,
Alright, so no
and
more.
any confusion that we had with each other, we cleared up
I might just hop
and
on.
figured out
Roblox or
every type
whatever.
of problem that was being talked about.
Nah, basically, Faze Clan disbanded. And apparently it's because of stuff that's been going on in the background. And I'm trying to find out the truth before I say anything. Yeah. They didn't have a fight. They were just all together talking about the fact that they all left. So they're all still boys and that. But the actual group, because the group is more than the individuals, the group is like a whole business. And yeah, you know how that can go left. So yeah.
Not between us, through other people. We figured out our own problems. We communicate with each other, and we got on good terms. There's been speculation that Max thought I was cringe in the beginning. I'm cringe all the time. I know that. But I also know he didn't mean it in ill intent because we figured out we figured out our problems. Us saying we hated Max when he left. I was upset. Everyone was upset. But no, it was never hate. It was just sad. And we figured that out internally. I also see a thing that says Max wanted to join back Faze.
Yeah.
I told Max he shouldn't join back Faze, and I called him before this to confirm this, and he agreed. He shouldn't join back Faze because of all the hate that he got when he left. I did not want him to get hate rejoining. I did not want people to think that he needed us, and I did not want people to think that he got forced into this, that he felt bad. I told Max, and we sat there in the hospital, and I told him, always believe in yourself, etc. I'll always defend you. I'll always be in your corner, and I'm proud of you. And it was never a thing of I wanted him to join back because I knew there were still problems internally with each other, with everything else. With everything else. I'm super proud of Max, and I really wish I could speak up a little bit.
Boy, I'm trying to find out why they left. What's that one guy's name? Yeah. This guy's a good documentary, commentary, documentary, whatever.
or it's like we're puppets. At least that's what it felt like. Anything could happen at any moment.
They tried to make that pay 20 bands a month. What the? Making him look like this ego monster. Don't know the truth, bro.
I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful. I find you guys all to have insane egos, and I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach.
Recently, Faze Clan has been going through some of the worst turmoil of their life, where it seems like everybody is exposing what happened inside of Faze Clan, specifically Black Boy Max, his cousin, along with even Faze Banks, because he got shade thrown at him, and it seems like everything is just falling apart. From all of the new Faze members, and even some of the OGs leaving, a lot happened today, and I want to dive into everything, so I don't want to yap too much. Why don't we start from the very beginning with how this all started in the first place?
Yo, at the end of this year, I think I'm gonna give a sit-down talk. I'm gonna talk about why 365 really ended and why I really left. Answer all the questions for y'all. I also gotta tell y'all a bunch of that was supposed to happen and why it didn't happen, like food chain, 5-star house. There's that I just cannot talk about, and I know it make it look crazy, and I be hate farming myself by doing that, but it's like I'll take it on the chin, bro. Because at the end of the day, chat, y'all gotta understand, people are fickle. Like, they'll hate you one moment, they'll love you the next, and then hate you again.
There's gonna be a lot of background I need to add on this situation, so I'm gonna have timestamps in case you want to just hear what Black Boy Max said in his most recent stream. But for the uninitiated and unaware, Faze Clan is an organization that was down in the dumps and basically ruined to all belief, with the owners being taken over by corporate greed and those people just trying to get as much money out of Faze as possible. That content organization, which is what they mainly were, creating trick shot montages, playing video games, along with doing vlog era type content at the time, was being ruined inside and out, having a bunch of people leave and a bunch of people expose the mistreatment they were even experiencing from Faze, not only on a content side but also on a business side.
The brand has been mismanaged and out for so long and controlled by the absolute wrong people. We've been working on regaining any sense of control or authority or anything at this company for a long time, and that deck, like I said, was made a year ago.
And this left a lot of people believing that Faze was just gone, as its stock had plummeted, a bunch of people had left, and they basically had no real money or no real content creators that were trying their best to make Faze a thing again. And so Faze Banks, someone who is a prominent owner and original creator of Faze, made sure and then recognized it and not crack.
Just say I can't fully go into the big boss. I was not.
Left Faze. It seemed like it was for had left the organization after doing a collab. He was just talking about building his own thing. And a lot of Black Boy Max apparently at him.
Shout out to everyone in Faze. I love all of them. They're my boys. I don't own Faze. I don't own Faze.
They're my boys.
Then for myself, either ever love them. You'll score my.
The Faze community, from Jason Oween to Stable Ronaldo all the way to Lacey, all of their comms were genuinely mad at Black Boy Max, especially with this explanation, because it just seemed like he wasn't giving a real reason as to why he left Faze, and that fact being ownership and being that he wants to focus on 5-star, which is his own comm, really did upset them a lot. It didn't feel like an actual genuine explanation as to why he would destroy the so-called friendship that he built with them. But when you look at the current state of Faze Clan, Black Boy Max was just a pioneer of what was yet to come, as the Faze members that did stay and didn't leave, like Black Boy Max, are currently going through some turmoil with Faze as a whole, to put it lightly, and this led to them being MIA from the entire internet, their communities, and basically going silent, with some people having to speak up for them, like Marlon, who is closely tied to them, explaining that they are going through some troubles right now and for their communities to give them grace.
This has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, the guys, whatever that is. I'm gonna say right now, we just cannot speak about going on with them. I cannot say anything. That's why I'm just trying to be very careful with how I word things. I'm be honest. That's why I said they will come out and whenever they feel ready to talk whatever is going on, you know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? I was not live either, and that was it. And that's pretty much what it is, bro. What I want to say is, though, what I do want to say is just have some grace on them, to all the communities, to all their communities. I'm gonna say this right now. This is just for me speaking. You know what I'm saying? Just have some grace. Why y'all putting the Illuminati thing before? They love y'all, obviously, all of it. And in due time, when they're ready, whatever they got going on, they will come out and explain.
While I unfortunately don't have an explanation from the Faze members that are going through this turmoil, we actually do have some actions to show for them, though. As most recently, all of those new rebranded Faze members actually left Faze, like Stable Ronaldo, Lacey, Jason Oween, along with Faze Adapt, who was an OG and gave Faze a better part of half of his life, being a porter for 14 years, yet still leaving due to all the turmoil and terrible things that were happening during the organization. And this left a lot of people questioning and wondering what could possibly be happening with Faze.
Why now did Adapt choose to leave, even when Faze was in the mud, like before all the streamers started joining? That means it's deep. This time is deep, deep.
All of these members all of a sudden just leave an organization that not only brought them to the highest heights they've ever seen, but basically formed a brotherhood like no other. And while we don't have anything from them, we do have things from other people like assistants or even people adjacent to Faze that have talked about the crazy things that have been going on. Way before Blackboy Max actually hopped on his stream, his cousin, who was closely tied to him and even a part of some meetings, came out and exposed some crucial things that were happening while he was a part of Faze.
Funny money, they do funny money, and now they're just doing funny money towards everyone. But I don't want to talk about business, but they did some weird chat. They done some weird, because he's still part of something. So I'm not going to talk about everything, but all I'm going to say is, let me make it simple for you. I don't want in Faze to feel crazy that they're still in Faze, like where it's like forcing them to leave. That's why I didn't even say nothing to begin with, because I don't feel like I gotta leave now. You feel me? You feel me? But basically, it's like, how you gonna go off of Faze, and then when it's time for like you get paid because didn't go out in your favor, you try to R word that turned you up. Like, I'll give you one part. Gang, you see that little townhouse that Max was in Faze? They tried to make that pay 20 bands a month. What the? Or give a percentage of myself. What the? But Max is such a good, he just, yo, bro, I just want to, and now like Max look crazy, look like egoed out. No, that's not cool though. Like taking the chin, making him look like this ego monster. Don't know the truth, bro. So of course he's gonna look like this. Oh, this about himself, nothing.
Because at the time, Blackboy Max's cousin, who you just heard spoke, was basically his assistant. He was able to sit in on some of these talks and get in on the conversations that were actually happening when it came to the Faze as a collective. But since he didn't have to sign any papers, when it comes out talking about it on stream, no real collateral things can happen to him. And because of this much needed clarity that he was giving, a lot more people were looking at Faze as one of the strangest and weirdest organizations in the entire world due to how they were treating their creators that literally brought back this brand that was in the dirt and no one truly cared about. And it gave much needed clarity to the stuff that was happening with Blackboy Max when he originally left, even though the amount of hate that he was getting was unjust because of the things that were happening here. But obviously it wasn't just going to be him that spoke on the situation. With a couple hours after everything coming out, all of the Faze members leaving, Blackboy Max took to his stream to speak on the situation even further. Obviously not as much as he would like to, because he is bound by certain contracts of things he can and can't speak on, but he gave as much detail as he possibly could.
Good times. It was cool for the most part. Hiccups here and there, but nothing where it was like ever be a major issue. Even when we had our little issues, it was never, this is something that would break up, something that would potentially be a huge issue. Then Faze Miss 1 happened. Everything's still smooth. As I know, Faze Miss last year, 2024, was a great vibe. There was a stream later on into the month where I'm not even going to specifically name names, because if you was there, you was there. It's not the most big deal. But we had a sponsor and didn't end up doing the sponsor. After that happened, according to the assistants and staff of the creators, they said that Faze has pulled everybody for the rest of the month and said early. This is the first time where in my head I went, so how much control do we have here? And how much control do we have over us?
After a short altercation with Blackboy Max, Faze, and the rest of the collective had with a sponsor, it opened his eyes to how much control he actually has over the company, which makes sense. If Faze over a whim is able to just pull people that are supposed to come on your streams or are supposed to be sponsored with y'all, it really is going to make you sit there and wonder, dang, I'm the one putting in all of this work, I'm the one creating all of this content, yet at one small inconvenience or one small whim, y'all can take away everything that I've worked hard for. Not mainly everything, but just things that we have worked to try and gain, like sponsors, maybe guests, even how they could possibly be staying in, because while they might be paying for it as a collective, Faze is still helping in with a large majority of the money, giving them things like PCs, houses, or whatever they could possibly want. And if they're able to just take that all the way because they're not moving how they want to, it's going to make you question the company that you're supposed to be a part of. Because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a brotherhood, like you're having fun with a bunch of friends, but you are still at the end of the day at the whim of a company. That he goes into more depth in, as they actually did worse things further on in his career.
Move into January. Y'all know I started 365. Someone at Faze had introduced me to my old manager, Brandon. Shout out, Brandon. Y'all probably seen him, tall white boy with hair. You feel me? Yeah, 153. Oops. Brandon had falling out with person who introduced me, and person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant and my creative director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls because they're on my team, I have to fire my manager and get rid of him, or I can't be here, when they're the person who introduced me. Video proof as well of this meeting, they were there.
Another altercation like this just showed how much control Faze actually has over Max, specifically with the person that he's introduced to, that being his new manager at the time, being able to be taken away at a whim just because someone in the higher ups of Faze, he didn't specify if it was corporate side and
love for that, bro.
maybe like even Faze Banks telling him that he has to get rid of him or he is going to get dropped from the organization. When you have demands like that or terms like that and people doing those things, it really is going to make you question if you want to stay there or not, because you don't know what misstep you could possibly make that's going to make you be exiled from the org you put so much hard work and time in. While yes, this org is helping them and pushing them up and moving them forward in their career, at the end of the day, this brand would be nothing without people like Blackboy Max, Jason Oween, Stable Ronaldo actually streaming and improving it in the ways that they have. So while they are over here using all of this power to basically drive them away, there is no Faze organization, at least in this new era, without any of them. But of course, more altercations happen, and Max goes more in depth on things that he's also experienced being a part of Faze.
Y'all remember when Lacey got kicked from Faze? He really got kicked from Faze. He got kicked from Faze because, according to the assistants and the staff and the cameramen, they said that he had missed a video shoot or something, and we were missing video shoots, and so he actually got kicked from Faze. Granted, he was allowed back in a couple, later, because all had convos, but yes, he got kicked from Faze. So my point of this is to tell y'all this: we have no control. There was no control. It's like we're puppets. At least that's what it felt like. You get what I'm saying? Anything could happen at any moment. It felt like you love Faze. This campaign for this hardest. Like, how can that happen, bro?
Based on everything Blackboy Max is saying, it seemed like Faze from the start was going to have this downfall happen. As multiple of the members seemed unhappy, it can't be just him that would be upset with Lacey getting kicked. Lacey himself was definitely upset too that he's getting kicked for just missing a Faze shoot. They put in so much work, so much grind in order to rebrand and do everything they possibly could. If you are having somebody have this much control over you, you're going to question if you really want to do this. And at the end of the day, what you're building for yourself is a brand that you want to have value, that you want to influence the world, and you're not going to be able to do that if somebody else is calling the shots 24/7 and able to fire you basically out of whim from a group that you've already put in so much effort and hours into. What makes it 20 times worse too is not only that all of these altercations happened, but when Blackboy Max actually came to his
are you watching this,
like,
Denzel?
hey,
Are you locked into this?
Faze, it wasn't
Because
even
I
like
am.
the
I
Faze
can't even
was
lie.
too upset about it.
I
It was
wanna
actually
know
the
why
staff
gone.
that was a part of Faze.
Boy, they don't hit me with an ad. Don't hit me with an. Say no more, bro. This is quite interesting, bro. Goddamn.
The Reds talking bad about him.
I gotta commit.
Game's going.
Be here, bro. Did us wrong multiple times, according to the assistants. As a man, what do I look like, bro? I gotta fight for it. Not fight for it, but I gotta go after what I believe is right and what I want for myself. Even though it's corporate, it's not my boys. You know what I'm saying? And they had to catch some of that too. Now, the reason why a lot of it I didn't was never said was because at the end of the day, if I came out and said whatever the day I left, now it puts them in a position where they look crazy for staying when they wanted to stay. And at that,
so let's just be patient
with myself. Hopefully they can figure it out. You feel me? Or if it work and everything's smooth, When I left, I got told that was there. I'm not talking about the boys who work for. I got told it'd be the worst decision of my life. I got told I would KMS without being in it. I think
I saw that clip.
Bet on myself.
And that was Max's full side of why he
KMS
left Faze, and it makes sense. No one wants to be in a work environment like that. You feel like you're walking on eggshells because your career could just disappear any minute, or the organization that you helped put up to the forefront of streaming nowadays could just kick you off of the roster really because you did something that they didn't like, that you have been doing for a good minute now. And it seemed like he already knew the rest of the Faze members were going to follow suit with the way that the whole organization was being run. At the end of the day, he described it as freeing himself, and if he felt like he was in shackles or this was hindering his content, then
these men were
due
busy
time,
being
obviously
enslaved.
the other Faze boys that were being hindered by this same constraint that Faze is putting on them was going to want to leave
Modern
too, so they
slavery
can
in the
pursue
streaming
what they
industry,
want to
you know.
do in content creation. Eventually,
Game
obviously,
is
that
gone.
happened due to the follow that happened
What you
with
did,
Faze
the
and the
game
rest
is
of those
gone.
content creators today. Unfortunately, there was still more drama that came from this, because after Blackboy Max told his entire story, he actually looked and reacted to a tweet from Faze Banks, a former Faze member who had left around 5 months ago, and played a live track to
Oh yeah,
what
Faze
he had
Banks
said.
even
I have
left like
nothing to
time
do with
ago
what's
as well.
going on at FaZe Clan right now. I left 4 months ago and have moved on with my life. I'm fortunate to see, wishing everybody involved the best. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm here. Nobody loves FaZe more than me. And obviously, this did not go well with FaZe Banks to the point where he wanted to step out and talk bad about everything that happened in FaZe Clan, throwing shade at basically every single member.
These streamers, all of them, every last one of them, are forced to appeal to their comms and their chats and narratives on Twitter. And if they don't, they lose viewers. If they don't, they take a hit financially to their career. And this has a huge effect on who their friends are, who they're in relationships with, all of it, everything. Yeah, all this drama is created, and we get on a call 5 months ago.
Guy's
the guys
voice,
are like, listen, we're over the drama. We think it's best if you just like publicly step down from FaZe, just to cool down the drama online. I reacted very emotionally to this. I was obviously took it very personally and was offended because again, I used my entire network, every dollar that I've ever made, everything that I've ever had, this I built, I used all of it as...
I'm reacting to why FaZe Clan, poof, you know what I'm saying, disbanded. Then I'm gonna react to Kaisenat and Gigi. Bro, apparently, she cheated on my man with Youngboy. Do you know?
Guys, is a content group, and
I keep forgetting man them I locked in.
Goal and intent to bring FaZe back to the top, which we did. We did that all collectively, and none of them could ever dispute the fact. Max just said it himself on his stream. Joining FaZe was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I've heard that from Lacey. I've heard it from Silky. I've heard it from Jason. I've heard it from Ron. I've heard it from Adapt. I've heard it from every single person that's ever joined FaZe. Specifically these guys. And I'm here to tell you, as former FaZe Banks, this was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life.
FaZe Banks comes out basically saying that he is frustrated with everything that has happened with FaZe, and it makes sense that he was the brand owner and basically the entire face of it that made this rebrand happen in the first place.
When did this guy even leave?
Everybody that's in new FaZe, everyone that left recently, apparently is the reason that he left himself.
Why did no one know? Why don't we know? To be fair, I only started like really looking into FaZe like the past 3 months, because I was never a FaZe. I'm saying he got FaZe to where it was until recently. Got all the streamers and that. They were high and now they're low. No,
it kind of sucks from his perspective. What he's saying is true. That they basically kicked him out, did all of this stuff for them, and at the end of the day, he gets nothing but scraps and is put in debt because of FaZe. That was the main reason why he said it was one of the worst decisions of.
Oh, chill out! Don't start. You know who the guy is. Don't start, bro. You know who the guy is. He's a dodgy. And I'm saying. He's done a lot throughout the years, but the one thing I know is like, I'm saying, crypto scams. You know, crypto never ends well. So I don't personally hate him. He didn't do nothing to me, bro. He's not locked up, bro. He's not locked up. I don't personally have a problem, but obviously I just know he's one of them people that isn't that rated on the net.
His life, because he is millions of dollars in debt trying to rebuild this brand that apparently he is letting these kids in his eyes walk away with and basically do whatever they want with, even kick him out, even though he was the one that put them on in the first place. He doesn't even stop there. He continues on saying that them as a whole, as a group, is basically fake. Not only them as a streamer and as a collective, but them being together as a group. They actually don't even like each other, and behind scenes have been talking bad about each other for the longest time. I just watched.
Oh my days, bro. This guy said wallahi times in one sentence. That's how you know he means what he says. Oh my days. Some people fall for it. That is true, they did fall for it. Don't trust crypto, bro. All of you man that hop on it. Reassurance.
Some clips from this Black Boy Max stream where he's playing a laugh track over my tweet. Max, I know we've had like our individual differences.
Oh yeah, I saw that clip.
Really seen eye to eye with a lot of the talent because truthfully and honestly, I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful. I find you guys all to have insane egos. And I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach that your guys' relationships with each other and with every other streamer and your community included is so incredibly fake. You guys are the best actors on planet Earth. And you've made a complete career out of all of it. Max, these are your boys, but these are the same guys that said they hated your guts after you left, and you know you're the program. You have an ego the size. You
Was
think
it
you're
wasn't
Travis
wasn't
Scott,
it a
this
joke
and that,
thing
and
though?
Also, like Max.
Because like if you just left the group with all of your boys, of course they're gonna come on the net and be like, "Oh, I hate you," but they don't actually hate you, boys. It's a joke, bro. Why am I chatting like I was there, bro? Like I watched it, because I just saw Stable Ronaldo talk about it. He didn't really say it was a joke. He just said they were sad and emotional.
Conversations about how Ron's content's cringe, and you guys didn't adapt. None of you guys. Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't want these guys to live anywhere near you. You barely wanted to share a brand with them. But Faze was going to fund a Miami house for you, Rage, Silky, and Kason. So we'll take what we can get. And then it all worked. And we forced this relationship.
In my chat. Do you want me to time you out, bro? Never again.
And I was called and I was told then I was ruining Faze. And now 2 years later, it wound up being the best.
What?
And I was called and I was told then I was ruining Faze, and now 2 years later it wound up being the best thing that ever happened. So you understand why I'm sitting here and I'm frustrated.
Faze Banks' entire speech was around 13 minutes. I'm not gonna play that entire thing for you, but you got the gist of mainly what he was talking about from those two clips. Calling out the new Faze boys, saying that they were all fake to each other, talking bad behind their backs, and that streaming in general and them specifically are always being fake and just abiding by whatever their comm wants and whatever their community wants, which is some crazy accusations to put on some people, especially when they all still technically do content together. Even after Max left Faze, you could still catch them doing streams together, but if they're all fake to each other and genuinely don't like any of them, then it's pretty odd and weird to say, and it's going to make a lot of people look at Faze as a whole very differently. What makes it even worse is he goes in depth bringing up examples of how he's being framed as some malicious guy who is trying to take everything from not only Faze as a whole, but just the specific people he's put on in Faze, that being Jason, Ron, Lacey, all of them, when that
I can't lie. He does have a point. He does have a point. That's only if they're actually fake to each other. In terms of like Max just leaving Faze, then they publicly said they hated man. Even though they could have just been joking, and Stable Ronaldo said it was out of sadness and frustration, and they never actually meant it. And then right after that, they're all collaborating again. They could be fake to each other. They could be very good actors. Or they just mature. Like, bruh.
from the case, according to him.
When all I've ever wanted to do is help Faze be successful. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
He's getting mad now. He's getting mad now.
Where's the money? I'm this guy who's trying to take everything from everybody. Where is it? Then why the am I millions of dollars in debt? It's in Black Boy Max's bank account. It's in Silky's bank account. It's in Jason, Ronaldo, Lacey's bank account. I wish this never happened. I wish that I never did any of this. And they'll all still tell you this was the best decision they ever made in their life. I'm emotional and I'm passionate. I'm never going to apologize for that. Anything that I do, anything that I speak on, anything that I work on, any talent that I with, anything that I touch, I will always be 100% 2 feet in. That's just who I am. And everything that I'm telling you guys right now is straight facts.
From the beginning, since Black Boy Max left Faze, to the current state that Faze is in now, with basically all of the new members being gone, to Faze Banks, a former member and the person that brought the rebrand to where it was, speaking out about the entire org as a whole, Faze is going in the worst direction possible, and soon will be in the exact same state before everyone that we've seen leave had joined the brand in the first place. And genuinely, with all these accusations coming out and everybody pointing left, right, and sideways, it makes you wonder what everybody else is going to say, because these allegations from Black Boy Max onto people like Faze Banks and the rest of their collective, or accusations from Banks to the rest of the Faze boys, is very crazy and very sad to see, with all of them apparently even coming out like Faze Banks himself saying that he's going to get on a live stream and go more in depth with receipts showing the crazy stuff that they used to be saying. And with all of this stuff coming out, all you can think is that we're going to get some of the craziest insight of what it's actually like to not only be a popular streamer in these situations, but also to be a part of an org like this where people are apparently being two-faced and fake all the time.
That's noise, bro.
But at the end of the day, these are just
that's noise
without proof. And it's only a matter of time before we get not only some proof, but also some more voices on the situation. As a whole, though, this entire thing, again, is still crazy and insane. And seeing it unfold like this is pretty unfortunate. And speaking out on things like this only gets more and more people caught in the crossfire, and probably going to cause people like Banks to come out and share more and more receipts and basically tear down relationships relationships that wouldn't have been affected if people just kept this stuff offline. At the end of the day, though, that is just how I feel.
Facts.
If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do would be the comment section down below. This video is unfortunately over, but if you did enjoy this video,
Yo, man said banks exposed. There's another 20-minute video. I don't know if we have time for that. But yeah, next up is